So, you've made the wise decision to build a website. That's an excellent move, given that in 2023, creating a digital presence, whether personal or business purposes, is crucial. In this video, I'll present my guide on creating your first WordPress website step by step. I'm Jake, a web creator. From my experience, I've assembled this all-inclusive guide on creating a WordPress website, even if, and especially if, you don't know how to code. If you're pressed for time or prefer a brief version, you can find the short guide here. This guide is tailor-made for beginners. If you've never designed a website or aren't familiar with WordPress, you're in the right place. We'll move from hitting the play button on this video to clicking publish on your first WordPress website. Ready to begin? Should you have a question or perhaps need clarification on something, don't hesitate to ask in the video comments section. I'm here to assist with any queries you may have as you create your first WordPress website. This is what I do best. Before diving into the website building process, let's clarify two critical points that might already be on your mind: the reasons for choosing WordPress and the associated costs. First, why opt for WordPress? Despite various website building platforms in 2023 like Wix, Squarespace, or Webflow, WordPress stands out as the superior and most professional choice. I'm not alone in my preferences for WordPress. Astonishingly, it powers 43% of all websites globally. This platform is the ultimate engine for websites, which means you're never on your own. You'll find WordPress communities willing to help with any challenges you may encounter across all social networks and worldwide. There's an array of WordPress freelancers on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr ready to assist with any difficulty. WordPress offers thousands of plugins and pre-made designs, helping you achieve attractive outcomes while saving time and costs. Based on my experience, WordPress has provided solutions for all types of websites, from personal portfolios to complex content sites. WordPress is the top choice among web creators, developers, and designers who build the internet. Its biggest selling point is the full control it offers over your website. This flexibility distinguishes WordPress from its competitors. Being open source, WordPress grants you ownership over your content. You can freely move your site and content to another hosting provider, control the features, and design and even modify the operating system's source code. In summary, you can mold the WordPress environment to perfectly suit your needs. I can confidently say it just works. So we've covered the why, but what's the cost of a WordPress site? Wait, isn't WordPress supposed to be free? You may have seen this somewhere, and well, the answer is no. Building a WordPress website does cost money. Although the WordPress CMS is open source and available for free download, you'll still incur costs for associated services like a domain name, storage and hosting, templates, a page builder, plugins, and so on. I'll delve into these details shortly. Calculating the exact cost of building a website can be tricky because it depends on numerous factors like the type of website you're building, special features, custom designs, development, visitor numbers, and so on. Plus, you'll need to factor in the time spent by a professional building your website. Essentially, there's no upper limit to how much you can invest in a website. In this guide, I will demonstrate how to create a basic WordPress website yourself for less than $200 per year. This adaptability is part of the beauty of WordPress. What components form a WordPress website? There are 6 elements to a WordPress site. Domain name. This is your website's address, for example, yourname.com. Hosting. This is where you'll store your website files. WordPress CMS. This helps manage your website content, including pages, images, permissions, and more. A theme. This dictates your website's overall structure. A website builder. This helps in building, designing, and editing your website's content. Plugins. These add extra functionality to your website. In the past, you had to gather these 6 components from various vendors, paying for each separately, installing each component independently, and dealing with any incompatibilities or complications on your own. Thankfully, things have changed for the better in 2023. So, how to build a modern, professional WordPress website without the headache? The answer is Elementor. What started as a page builder plugin in 2016 has grown into an industry-leading WordPress platform, providing everything you need for a superior WordPress website in one place. The Elementor package includes Elementor Hosting, Elementor Hello theme, Elementor Website Builder plugin, Elementor Library, and Elementor AI. Before we proceed, let's dissect each component Elementor brings to your WordPress website. This will help you rest assured that you're making the right choice. So, what does Elementor's all-in-one package contain? Elementor Hosting is a WordPress hosting plan that comes pre-configured with the WordPress CMS. It's designed to meet your website's exact needs. Rest assured your website will be fast, secure, and stable. Elementor offers an integrated solution: WordPress with a design kit, the Hello Elementor theme, and the Elementor Pro website builder plugin, all pre-installed. Hello Elementor is a WordPress theme specially designed for Elementor websites. It's a lean and fast basic template, devoid of unnecessary add-ons or code. Only what your website truly needs. How fast? Hello Elementor weighs a mere 6 kilobytes, allowing it to load in a quarter of a second. Hello Elementor is one of the most popular WordPress themes, with over 1 million active installations, and it's my personal choice for every WordPress website I build. Elementor Website Builder, the Pro version. Elementor Website Builder is the top builder in the WordPress realm. This modern and professional editor lets you build and edit every part of your website through a user-friendly drag-and-drop interface without requiring any coding skills. Elementor Website Builder is one of the most popular WordPress plugins of all time. It's installed on more than 13 million websites, available in multiple languages, and has received thousands of reviews from satisfied customers. With Elementor Website Builder, you've got everything you could ever need. A drag-and-drop editor with over 100 widgets, a theme builder, animations and advanced design capabilities, galleries, carousels, a form builder, an interface for saving leads, built-in integrations for advanced automation tools, built-in integration with the popular online stores plugin, WooCommerce, and a marketing package that includes a landing page builder and a pop-up builder. For convenience, Elementor comes with hundreds of ready-made templates and designs to kickstart your building process. You can build anything from full websites, pages, landing pages, blocks, and pop-ups. Elementor AI is an AI-based interface that assists you in writing content, coding, and generating images for your website. This way, Elementor AI simplifies the process of adding an image or text to your site. You no longer need to create a WordPress site out of 10 different products, struggling to figure out how each works, dealing with multiple payments, compatibility issues, and bouncing between different support and customer services. Even if all those technical terms seem overwhelming, take my advice and choose Elementor. It's tailor-made to meet your needs. Now, after that long introduction, it's time to get started. To get started, the first thing we need to do is go to the Elementor website at elementor.com and click on the Get Started button to begin. Next, we'll see a variety of pre-designed templates that we can use as a starting point for our website. Take a moment to scroll through the kits and see which one catches your eye. If you want to take a closer look at a kit, you can click here to preview it. As we said earlier, Gabriel is a content creator that needs his own blog, so this fashionista blog kit is perfect for what he needs. So let's go ahead and click on the Start with this design button to begin customizing the website. Alright, it's time to start building your WordPress website with Elementor. Start by giving your website a name. I'll be using Gabriel Cooks because that's his handle on social media, but you can choose whatever you want. If you're still not sure, don't worry, you can change it at any time. Elementor Hosting assigns you with a temporary domain which we can change later. Now, wait while the kit loads, which may take a few seconds or up to a few minutes depending on your internet connection. Once it's ready, click Let's Go to begin customizing your new website. This will take you straight to the Elementor editor, where you can start adding your own content and customizing the design to suit your needs. Now that you have created your account and chose the right plan for you, it's important to get familiar with your account dashboard. After all, this is where you'll do things like connecting a domain and removing the site lock to release your website to the World Wide Web. Firstly, here is my website that I just created. Any additional websites will appear here in this section. On the left here is my navigation to access the main areas of my account. Here on the top right is my avatar, and here I can view and edit my profile information. Back to the website. If I hover over my website, you'll see several options. The first one will have you jumping in and editing your homepage using Elementor right away. And the second one will take you to the WordPress dashboard. I will select Manage this website, and let's check this out together. This is the website management screen, and here you can connect your custom domain name and enable email authentication before you launch a website. Next, you'll find the site lock option. As long as it's on, your website will be hidden from the outer world. But if you want to show your progress or want to get an opinion from a trusted friend, you can share this pin with them so they can privately view it. Down here, you'll find your website's backups. Elementor Hosting takes daily backups automatically for you. Very handy if you ask me. If you want to, you can still create a manual backup before you make any changes to your website. Finally, you'll see the debugging and troubleshooting options, in case you need further investigation or if something isn't clear. Now it's time to choose a website kit to start with. Start by hovering your mouse over Categories and clicking on it. From there, hover over Search and choose the category that you're interested in. In this example, we'll choose the Blog category. Next, hover over the Fashion Blog website kit and click on What's Inside to take a closer look at the kit. Scroll down to see all the pages and elements that are included. If you like what you see, click Start with this kit to begin. Wait while the kit loads, which may take a few seconds or up to a few minutes depending on your internet connection. Once it's ready, click Let's Go to begin customizing your new website. This will take you straight to the Elementor editor, where you can start adding your own content and customizing the design to suit your needs, which we'll show you how in a bit. Alright, you're now on your way to creating a beautiful WordPress website with Elementor. We'll talk about Elementor in detail in a minute, but it's important to understand first the basics of WordPress and how it works. To do that, let's exit the Elementor editor and go to the WordPress dashboard. We can do that using the hamburger menu and clicking Exit. Welcome to the WordPress dashboard. When exiting the Elementor editor or logging into your website admin, you'll be greeted by this dashboard. The dashboard is like the control center of your website, where you can manage all aspects of your site, from creating and editing content to customizing the design. Starting from the top, we have the admin toolbar, which gives us quick access to different actions and tools. This toolbar is available on every page of the website and can only be seen by logged-in users. Let's go over each one of the options and see what's available to us. From the left, we have this WordPress icon. Clicking on it will take us straight to the WordPress dashboard, and we can always preview our site clicking on the name of our website, seen here. Right next to it, we can see if we have any updates available. We can also view new comments and have access to quick actions such as creating a new page, a new post, adding users, and more. We also have other features based on the plugins we install. For example, Elementor adds this support option at the end of the admin toolbar, but we can also chat with support directly using this icon at the bottom right corner. Now, let's take a look at the left-hand side of the dashboard. You'll see a vertical menu with various options. Let's go over some of the key features and what they do. The Posts section. Here, you can create new blog posts, manage existing ones, and even schedule them to be published at a later date. It's where you'll spend a lot of time crafting engaging content for your audience. Don't worry, we'll go into more details about this section later in the video. Clicking here will take us to the media library, or we can click here to add new media. Next, we have pages. Pages allow you to create static content like an about page, contact page, or any other important information you want to share with your visitors. And over here, we have all the Elementor settings and templates, where we can access saved templates, pop-ups, or go to the theme builder. We'll discuss this in more detail shortly. Oh, and by the way, if at any point you want to change the kit you've chosen, you can do that using the kit library. In the Appearance section, you can control the visual aspects of your WordPress website, such as installing a theme, customizing it, and editing the different menus. Under Plugins, you'll find a wide range of, plugins. Plugins add new features and functionality to your WordPress website. From SEO optimization to contact forms and social media integrations, plugins are like little power-ups that can enhance your site in countless ways. For example, Elementor Website Builder is a plugin and one of my personal favorites, if we're being honest. Next, we have the Users section. This is where you can manage users' accounts on your website. And finally, we have Tools and Settings. Here, you'll find various options to configure your website's general settings, including permalink structure and more. Welcome to the Elementor editor, where all your wildest dreams come true, assuming those dreams are web building related, that is. The editor is divided into three main areas: the content area on the right side, the panel on the left side, and the top bar. Let's begin from the top. This top bar gives you easy access to some settings and features we'll explore now. Starting from the left, you'll see this Elementor icon. Clicking on it opens a drop-down with several options. The Elementor Theme Builder, which is used to design site parts templates. These templates append and override the current WordPress theme's page hierarchy, layout settings, and CSS styles. Remember when I said Page Builder makes it easier to design our whole website? This is why. Don't worry, we'll cover the theme builder in detail later in the video. In case we make any mistakes, it's good to know we can go back in time and fix them by going through our page's history, found here. We can also use this to revert back to previous revisions. Underneath the page history, you'll find user preferences and keyboard shortcuts. User preferences allow you to customize the Elementor interface, such as switching to dark mode, and where to be directed once we exit the page. Speaking of exiting pages, we can use this menu whenever we want to go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now, we can't really build a website without any elements, right? Add new elements, or widgets, by clicking the plus icon, which will open the widgets library. These are creative elements which you can use to build your page, like a heading, text editor, images, videos, and more. Next, we have Site Settings. Site Settings, as it sounds, allows you to globally define your site settings all from one place. We'll get back here a little later in the video. Click this icon to display an organized view of our page elements. As we use the kit, we already have the content set up and named. Pretty cool, huh? Next, you can use the Explore button to access any recent pages you've worked on, or alternatively use the Finder tools found at the right side of the top bar to find specific pages. Moving on the rest of the options along the top bar, we have these device icons. Your website will probably be visited by users using their mobile phone though, like 51% of them. Here we can view and edit our page in tablet and mobile views and see how our content will react in different sizes. Some widgets setting will show these icons as well, suggesting that the specific setting can be customized for every screen. View page to see your live website, and exit to go back to your WordPress dashboard. We can preview our changes, and when ready to take them live, just hit this Publish button. Now for the big event, the Elementor editor. This is where all the magic happens. As you can see, our content area already displays the homepage from the kit we chose. This is where you can add and edit elements that form the layout and design of your page. The content area is made out of two main elements. The first element is Flexbox containers, which, as the name suggests, are flexible boxes that contain your page's content. Next are widgets. These are the elements that are used to actually build your page. You have different types of widgets, from a simple headline and text paragraph to complex forms. You can identify the widget by their pink frame and icon on the upper right corner. Clicking an existing widget or dragging in a new one will change our panel to show the widget's settings. The first tab is Content, where we can add, edit, and define the widget's, content. These settings change based on the widget's nature and purpose. In this case, we clicked on a heading widget, so we can change the text, add a link, edit the HTML tag, and set the alignment. The second tab, Style, is where we can change the widget's style, such as color or typography. The last tab, Advanced, is where the advanced settings can be found. In this tab, we can set the widget's margin and padding, add motion effects, a mask, and more. Kits are pre-made templates containing these widgets with the appropriate style and settings. It might feel like a lot at the moment, but I promise it will all make sense once we go over it. Now that we're familiar with the Elementor editor, let's make our first official steps to customizing our website. And to do that, we're going to use a bit of style. Global style, that is. In the editor panel, click here to go to Site Settings. This is where you'll edit settings that will affect the entire website. Our next step is to change the global colors of the site here. You should use font and color continuity across your site to reinforce your brand and help users remember it. Every Elementor website comes with 4 main global colors seen here. Since I already know the colors I want, I'll go ahead and update the values. This kit is amazing, but it's a little dark for my taste, or rather Gabriel's taste. Since we don't want this black background, let's go ahead and remove it. When you change a color, its name might not make sense anymore. Like this color, for example. You can edit the names by clicking on them with your cursor. Once you're done, click Update to save your changes. As for the global fonts, we'll change them throughout this video as we go along with customizing the website. As you can see, the website changes dramatically with just a few clicks. Next, we'll edit one of the most important things on any website, the header. Hovering over it, we can see it has a green border around it instead of a pink one. Whenever we see this, it means this element is a site part and is editable via the theme builder. Let's make a few changes by clicking Edit Header. Now you'll see the frame has changed to pink, meaning we're working with these elements now. Clicking on the settings icons shows we're working on the header. This header is pretty simple. It has one container with a logo and a navigation menu. Let's start by changing the logo. Click the logo widget and then click Change Site Logo. We can see this allows us to edit the website name and description as well as set up the site logo and favicon. I'll use this opportunity to update the site description to Gabriel's catchphrase. Let's get cooking. Followed by uploading his logo and an icon for the website. We can adjust the width in the Style tab. I'll set it to 250 pixels and remove the height. Remember I said we can edit some options for responsive design? This icon indicates we can adjust these settings for different device sizes, which is exactly what I'm going to do for tablet and mobile devices. Once you're done, go back to desktop view. Alright, now let's move on to the navigation menu. This is where Gabriel's website visitors will navigate through his content, so we want to make sure it looks good and aligns with his brand. First, let's add a little bit of animation to the menu text. When a user hovers over the menu item, we want it to rotate a little bit and catch their attention. We can do this by making sure the pointer is set to text and in the animation is set to rotate. Next, let's change the text color using the new global colors we set up earlier. We'll also want to customize the typography for the menu links to use a font that better fits Gabriel's brand. Since we haven't updated the typography yet, let's do that now. As you can see, this kit uses a global font called Menu Links. Let's update it by clicking the gear icon and changing the typography values. I'm going with Startliches for this one, and 22 pixels seems about right. Now, let's take a look at how the menu looks on a tablet and mobile device before we hit update. We want to make sure it looks great on any device, so we'll adjust the font size and spacing as needed. Once everything is ready, hit the update button and exit the site settings. Now that we've got the header looking good, it's time to move on to the footer. Let's start by clicking on Edit Footer. Right off the bat, you can see this footer is made up of a main container with 2 containers in it, each with different elements. Changing the text is always a good start, so let's click on the Heading widget and change the text to something more engaging. How about "Let's get talking"? That's kind of his catchphrase, and it's a great way to start a conversation. Next, click on the heading below it and change the text to something that reflects Gabriel's friendly personality. Now, let's change the email address to Gabriel's official email. Looking at the link settings, you'll notice a wrench icon. This means this is a dynamic data or action, in this case, contacting Gabriel via email. We can use all sorts of dynamic information, but now let's just update Gabriel's correct email address. Next up, let's add some social media links for Gabriel's fans to connect with him. We'll click on the Icon List widget and open up the Facebook tab. Once we're done with it, we can move on to the final piece of this footer, the credit line. Clicking the credit line, we can see it's a text editor widget using a dynamic tag. Click the wrench icon to show its settings. This is a dynamic tag showing the date and time, in this case, the current year. This means we won't have to manually update it, which is pretty helpful if you ask me. Click Advanced and update the appropriate text. And that's it for the footer text. Now that we've finished updating the footer text, we need to add some style to it. We want to make sure the style we choose fits Gabriel's brand. So let's get started by clicking the main heading and head over to the Style tab. Go to Typography and click the gear icon to edit the font style. This footer uses 3 styles, which are the primary and secondary fonts, as well as related post title and footer social. Begin by styling the primary font and setting the style of your choosing. For Gabriel's site, I've chosen Startliches, which is a Google font. Whatever style you choose, make sure it's consistent across all devices. Do the same for the secondary font. In this case, I went with Montserrat, with a size of 26 pixels, and changed the weight, line height, letter spacing, and word spacing. Again, make sure the style is consistent across different devices. You already know the drill, so I'll go ahead and update related post title and footer social fonts off screen to save some time. Once you're done, don't forget to update your changes, and done. Now that we have the colors and fonts set up, update the color of the icon list along with the hover color. Do the same for the container's background, as shown here. Alright, this looks pretty good, but it's a bit too stale if you ask me. Let's add some of Gabriel's flair to it using a shape divider. Shape dividers are graphic shapes that separate the containers of a page and are a great way to make certain transitions between sections pop out a little more. Click the container, then go to Style and open the Shape Divider tab. You have a bunch of cool options to choose from. Since I know what Gabriel likes, I already chose the wave brush. Set the width and height that fits your design, and toggle flip on if you need to. Now, this is cool and all, but a bit too crowded. We can free some space by going to the Advanced tab and set the top margin to 6% and the top padding to 3%. And finally, click to update your changes. This header and footer will stay consistent throughout our site. Now that we're done with the footer, we can start editing our homepage by clicking here. This is as far as we'll go for this one. But if you want to continue and build the homepage, click here, and I'll see you on the other side.